Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Deffinition, and The Walking Dead is back with its mid-season finale that definitely serves as a satisfying cliffhanger for everything that we've seen so far. Episode 8 has a lot to unpack from it, and throughout this video I'm going to be breaking down everything that you need to know about the last entry of the year, as well as what we can take from the ending. There will be heavy spoilers here, so if you haven't had a chance to watch the episode yet, then I highly suggest that you turn off now. With that out of the way, I just want to give a huge thank you for clicking this video. Now let's get into episode 8. The episode opens ominously with Alpha telling Dante about her plan and how he must infiltrate the camp and gain their trust. It chronicles the character's journey and showcases how he was able to gain the friendship of the survivors, pretending to be a victim of the apocalypse that just needed a place to stay. It perfectly recontextualizes the entire series and shows just how manipulative Alpha really is, using her mole as a way to build paranoia in the camp, making everyone turn on one another. I think this is one of the best intros for the series so far, and it paints out just how much of a lie that the truce really was, with Alpha masterfully manipulating those behind the scenes. Dante was the perfect killer, sneaking into the sick and diseased people's homes and killing them whilst they were at their most vulnerable. We learn that Lydia had never met Dante, so this is why she never identified him, and thus he was the best double agent that there could be. It's a chilling introduction that really shows just how good the series has become once more, and we catch up to the character in the present with him just having strangled Sadiq. Rosita stops by and discovers Dante, who tries to stab her and cover up his crime. He didn't count on Sadiq coming back to life though, and the recently reanimated corpse struts back into the house, almost going for his and Rosita's child, which forces her to kill him and then beat the crap out of Dante. Dante later gets interrogated and insists that he liked Sadiq and that he only killed him out of necessity, but Rosita can't shake off the fact that her ex did try and eat their baby. The line, "It's okay in nature, sometimes parents eat their young," that Dante utters in the episode shows just how much he's lost his grip on humanity, and that all the Whisperers are like this and that they need to be taken down. Juxtaposing this, he knows that the group still hold onto their humanity tightly and that they will treat him like they treat Negan. It really is a comment on society and how the tolerant often become victims to their good nature by letting those that don't share their morals get away with things that are deplorable. On the other side of the territory, Aaron meets with Gamma and the two trade intel. Aaron wants to know the workings of the Whisperers and Gamma just wants to know if her nephew is safe and sound. Gamma is a really important figure in this episode as she knows where the Horde is located, which we learn is apparently at a sunken field on the edge of the forest. The survivors realize that Alpha now knows all of their plans, operations and so on, and this has moved up the timeline of their counterattack. Carol reinforces that Lydia doesn't want to be found, and she has a real heart-to-heart with Daryl. On the way to Oceanside, we rejoin Judith, Michonne, and a definite dead man walking Luke. I'm surprised he survives this episode, as yeah, the guy gave a big farewell to everyone like 3 episodes ago, and he's still around, so well done pal. If a 3 or even 4 week wait between seeing them last time, like I can't even remember when it was that long ago, wasn't long enough for Michonne, she decides to take a side quest in order to get Judith a library book. I guess in this world they don't have Nintendo Switches, so you just have to keep yourself occupied with what you can find. Here Luke is grabbed by walkers, and just as you think it's time for him to go and play the big harp in the sky, sheet music in hand, a mystery man pops up, saving him before vanishing. At Oceanside he reappears, apparently trying to steal supplies, but he says he just wants to get home. Paranoia is high and there are suspicions that he may be a Whisperer, especially as he's using a similar tactic as Dante did to infiltrate the group. Walkers start to walk this way into the camp. Sorry about that terrible joke. And he tries to escape, though his time on the run is a little short-lived. We eventually learn that his name is Virgil, and he's from a naval base in Chesapeake Bay, and in exchange for his return home, Michonne wants guns and ammos from the base, and this hints at the fact that going forward, they're gonna need them in order to take the Horde down. I know I say this every week, but surely the Whisperer War's coming, sure, you can't keep dragging this out, right? Look, you are. Alright, you are gonna do that, aren't you? I'm glad Michonne is networking at least, because as we see later, the group are and need all those guns they can get. Oh, never mind. There's a couple of action bits, and Eugene must have heard that Rosita was single and ready to mingle, and he pops up to save her, helping the character to push a walker's wig back literally. I really don't know if they're going to give the Padawan a shot with Rosita, but hey, I guess the best way to get a girl is to just wait till everyone else dies. Great work, Eugene. Gabe studies old videos of Dante Dante like he's doing his own heavy spoilers breakdown, and Rosita returns to see him for a shoulder to cry on, which Gabe brushes off, saying she needs to shut the hell up. It's clear that Dante is getting to them, making them doubt themselves, and though he was unearthed, I really don't think that the character failed in creating fractures, divisions, and separation amongst the group. I'm just glad that no one says, "Don't you see? This is what Alpha wants." Because yeah, that's getting a bit played out every time something bad happens. Gabe visits Dante in his cell, asking if he's the world's best catfish, and he wants to know if anything that they've been told is the truth. Did he really like, comment, and subscribe? Or was he the one dislike this entire time? I know it was you, Dante. Gabe finally loses the humanity that he somehow managed to hold on to since his first appearance way back when, and the character completely loses it, killing Dante by stabbing him 9,999 times. Gabe sort of highlights to the character that he actually had an opportunity for a second chance with the survivors, but he squandered it, instead choosing to stick with his first choice, and it's a great exchange between the two, even if there is a little bit of screaming at the end. Now, what this does cement is that the survivors won't be holding back, and that they will be going after the Whisperers, using the same dirty tactics that they have used upon them. Watching Gabe go crazy sums up the mind state of the camps, and no doubt they have all been pushed to the edge, losing their humanity in order to fight the bigger threat. In the forest, a group go looking for the Horde, and Carol and Daryl have another heart-to-heart, with Daryl saying that she never came back off the boat, that she's been like a ghost in Death Stranding, available on PlayStation 4 now. Carol is just destroyed by Alpha, and she can't get over what she took from her. Daryl promises she's a dead woman, and eventually the group arrive at the apparent Horde location and find the undead gone. Carol comes face to face with Alpha for a rematch of their staring contest, and she chases after her along with the group, which leads her into a cave that, yeah, should have seen this one coming, guys. Can't you just shoot her or something? Now, whether this was a play by Alpha and she told Gamma to relay the information that would lead them face to face with the Horde, we don't know yet, but personally I think it was all part of the master plan. Alpha knows her own soldiers better than they know themselves, and even if Gamma was sincere with this information, Alpha was clearly planning on luring the scouts out to lead them into a trap just to give them what they wanted. A horde full of the undead. We realise you need to be careful what you wish for as the group stand over them, trapped in the cave, which is when we cut to black. Now, going ahead, I believe that Lydia will be the one to come and rescue them. However, it won't be easy. I think that she will have made her way back to the Whisper camp, and though she never entered it, spotted Negan, who she will be confiding in. Those who read the comic know that Negan is in fact a sort of double agent himself, and he and Lydia will likely help to get them out of the sticky situation. Now, we're going to be spoiling the comic book from here on out, so if you don't want to know about the fate of Alpha, then I highly recommend that you turn off now. If you're still here, thanks for sticking with us, but in the comics, Negan is actually the one that kills Alpha, and I was sure that this was going to happen before the mid-season finale. The fact that it hasn't makes me believe that we're going to go in a different route, and it will indeed be Carol that finally gets her, claiming the top spot as the undefeated staring contest winner. I do think that Negan will still play a part, but it will be more about breaking the Whisperers down from the inside after letting it slip that Lydia is still alive. With Michonne bringing back an arsenal, the odds are going to be even, and we may finally get the Whisperer War before we head into the Commonwealth storyline. Overall, I've had a lot of fun with this season, and though it hasn't been perfect, it's still been a great course correction for the show and its many middling entries. This has been one of the best seasons yet, and I can't wait to see what happens when it returns next year. Now, obviously I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Walking Dead mid-season finale and what you've thought of this half of the season. Comment below and let me know, and if you enjoyed this video then please give it a thumbs up, and make sure you check out my full breakdown of the series so far, which will be linked at the end. We go over everything you need to know about the season and give our predictions for where it's heading, so it's definitely worth checking out if you want to know more. We're also doing breakdowns of HBO's Watchmen, so if you want something else on the channel to follow, then that's the perfect series to head over to. If you want to come chat to me after the video, then make sure you follow me on Twitter at DeffinitionYT, or head over to my Discord server, which will be linked in the description below. Those are the best ways to keep up to date with all the latest videos on the channel, so hopefully I see you over there very soon. We're also giving away a free copy of the Marvel Phase 3 Part 2 box set on Blu-ray, which contains Black Panther, Infinity War, Endgame, Captain Marvel and more, and all you have to do to be in with a chance of winning is like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts on The Walking Dead in the comments section below. The winner's going to be chosen at random on the 15th of December, and the set will be shipped out from then to whoever gets the prize, so best of luck to everyone who takes part. This is a channel for people who are never missing television, so if that's the kind of thing you like, you need to subscribe to Deffinition. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this. You've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.